Oh yeah.
We thought we'd film our 2 and 3 month update with Callow. We didn't film our 2 month update because we were just dead busy and like a lot was going on with us moving and stuff, so we didn't really have time. So we'll cover that first and then we'll go into the 3 month update. So the 2 month update.
2 months.
So around at like 2 months old, her sleeping was like majority of the day. So she'd sleep like 80% of the day, wouldn't she? And was only awake about 20%.
Yeah, I mean, you noticed it more than I did.
Yeah, because you were at work, weren't you? But yeah, she basically slept all day. She basically fed every 2 hours on the dot. So like every 2 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like literally she would feed. And we would do it 2 minutes before. We'd be like, she'll need a feed in a minute. 2 minutes later, she'd wake up and want a feed. And at that point, she was on just normal Actimel at 2 months old. And then about a couple of weeks into being 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was like...
It was
6 weeks old or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, a couple of weeks into 2 months.
Yeah, we put her on hungry baby milk. We put her on that because literally, if she was on normal Actimel, she was just not surviving on it, was she? She was just hungry all the time. So she was on Actimel, and then we put her on Actimel hungry baby milk. Health visitors and stuff will tell you that it can make babies constipated and give them bellyache. We haven't had that with her, so...
If anything, it's been so much better with her on it. Like
So
straight
much
away,
better.
we noticed the difference in her even going like an extra hour between feeds. But having 3 hours is great because you're feeding for like an hour. So
yeah, like straight away we noticed a difference. She also really struggled with burping. So like we went through this whole thing for the whole of her 2 month age barrier gap. She was like never burping, like we'd have to rub her back and pat her back for ages. One thing that we had when she turned 2 months was that she got diagnosed with oral thrush in her mouth. Now we went to the doctors and the doctor was the person who told us she had oral thrush. He gave us medicine, which is impossible to give a baby. You're meant to give a baby swallow medicine and they're meant to keep it in the mouth for 2 minutes.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Well, whoever came up with that is stupid because of course a baby can't keep liquid in their mouth for 2 minutes. They don't know to do that. Long story short, my health visitor came round and I was saying she's apparently got thrush and we've got this medicine, and the health visitor was like, she hasn't got thrush. That's not thrush, it's an Epstein pearl. I think it's called an Epstein pearl. Double check everything with your health visitor first because we were giving her thrush medicine for a week and she didn't even have thrush. And apparently some babies get Epstein pearls and some can have 4, 5. She only had 1, and it's like it looks like a little blister right there, like right on the top of the roof of the mouth. That's what the doctor thought was thrush, but it wasn't.
It's where the jaws come in together, isn't it? It's where the top of the mouth is closing.
Of the mouth. And it just
pinches.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it pinches and then it causes like a little blister, and they're called Epstein pearls. I think that's the name. So I would just say if you go to the doctors for anything for your baby, just double check with your health visitor before giving them anything, because I give her this bloody thrush medicine. She didn't even have it. It was really easy to trim her nails. So what we did was, or I did, I waited till she fell asleep and then I would just trim her nails. So at this period, like I didn't have a problem, and I just thought she was dead easy to like trim her nails because people said they struggled, but with her it was fine. At 2 months old, she was still in her up to 1 month clothes. She hadn't put on as much weight as she has now, so she was still quite small at this point. So all of the bigger clothes that she should have been in were just too big. So she was still in up to 1 month, wasn't she?
Yeah, for quite a while.
Yeah, she was.
She was measuring quite small for a while.
Yeah, well, she was born small, wasn't she, though? She should have born 5'10". In terms of her development at 2 months old, it was kind of like she wouldn't focus on your actual features. It was like the outlines of the face, wasn't it?
Yeah, she had started smiling a little bit, ever so slightly,
Smirking.
But if you exaggerated what you were doing or like pulled a face, she would smile.
You had to go,
yeah.
Didn't you, after everything to try and make her do it? So she had started smirking, but she wasn't really focusing on your facial features. She had started to hold her head up, so like we would hold her and she was like really, really wobbly, wasn't she? But she had started to kind of, we could hold her like this and she would just wobble around like this. She wasn't like sturdy or anything like that, but that was a big leap at 2 months because obviously from newborn they're just like this all the time. So
the health visitor said that could be because she had reflux. A lot of babies with reflux, because they want to push themselves up, their necks get stronger quicker. So now, like,
reflux babies are basically like bodybuilders.
Yeah. So by 2 months, she was holding her head up quite well. It was a little bit wobbly, but
Yeah, she could do it, couldn't she?
Yeah, she was holding her head up.
Okay, so that's kind of like the 2-month thing, like summed up all in one go. It's quite quick. There wasn't like too much of a difference, but there was substantial kind of pinpoints throughout the 2 months, like holding her head up and smirking, that were like big things. So moving on to 3 months old. La, 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 la.
Not into 3 months yet though, are we? We're like almost there, end of 2 months.
Yeah, so we're like, she's 3 months old next week. So we're doing this a little bit ahead, so like ahead of time. So
you've had one late and one early.
Yeah. So at the minute, she's very 50% awake and 50% asleep, isn't she?
Yeah. And when she's awake, she's generally quite active. It's not like she's just sitting there. She's looking around, trying to interact with stuff or get your attention.
She's very needy for attention. Extremely. She's me. She is a mini me, isn't she? But she's a diva as well. So, like, in the day when she's awake, she'll look at me as if to say, what the fuck, pick me up. If she's in a swing, she's like, excuse me, I'm here. I'll put her on the floor underneath her playmat and she'll be looking at me like, what? She'll be like, what? I want to be in your arms. I don't want to be down here. So, yeah, she is getting more and more and more awake and, like, alert, which is really fun, isn't it? Yeah. I love that she's awake and alert now. She is sleeping through the night now as well, which is amazing. She wakes up sometimes at 4 or 5, doesn't she?
Yeah, but that's normally if we've gone to bed earlier. Like if we go to bed at 10, she seems to wake up at like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Whereas if we like sometimes when we'll go up at 11 and we take her up when we go up, and she'll sleep from 11 until 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Which is great.
7 sometimes.
Yeah, 7. And then normally, because I'm up at that time anyway, I'll do the morning feed.
Yeah.
And then she's back to sleep until you get up.
Yeah, and that can be like vary drastically. Some days she'll want to get up like then and there, have another bottle and then go back down. Some days she'll just sleep through till like 9:30, 10. It's great. I love it. I'm like, yes, when she has days like that. I would say she started sleeping through the night for about at like 9-10 weeks old. She started sleeping through. Her feeding really varies now, so we have changed her milk. I don't know if any of you saw, but there was like, probably people who have babies will have seen, but there was a big like outbreak of like babies getting poorly off Aptamil because they changed their formula. So that freaked me out, as it would any mum. So I changed her off the Aptamil milk, and we've now put her on Cow and Gate. It's Cow and Gate Hungry Baby Milk, same as what we had her on the Aptamil, and she's doing fine on it. So she's like, she drinks it fine. She didn't seem to even like make a difference, did it, at all? Like
no,
it was just the same
I think it's
milk.
actually a little bit, from what I've seen, it's a bit better. Like her reflux doesn't seem to be as bad.
Yes, I noticed that. We actually haven't spoke about that.
No, her reflux seems to be better, and her feeding isn't like 2 or 3 hours anymore. She can go for quite a while without the next feed. So
well, that's if I've got her in the pram.
Yeah.
If I haven't got her in the pram, if she's at home, she'll feed every 2 to 3 hours. But if we're out and about, she can go longer than 4 hours on this milk. But you are right about her reflux. We haven't even spoken about that. Reflux is definitely better. We're making up her bottles every 5 ounces, and she takes every feed about 4 to 5 ounces at a time. Sometimes a lot less if it's like really hot outside, which it has been recently. She'll only take like an ounce.
Sometimes as well, if she's eaten straight away, like on the 2 hours, she won't take the full 5. She'll probably just take 1 or 2.
It's okay, baby. Your tummy's there. Your tummy's there. To help with the burping, massive thing that's helped is the co-leaf, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, unbelievably.
She toots a lot though.
She does toot a lot, but but I think it comes out of her. She toots instead of burps, doesn't she? Yeah. But the co-leaf has been like a lifesaver. You can buy it, you don't need it prescribed. This is a tip for any new mums. You can get it literally from like Boots or the chemist's, pharmacy, whatever. It's quite expensive. For a little bottle it was £16. So I know that's quite dear, but honestly it works wonders. The Infocol didn't work for us. Infocol did nothing. It didn't even touch the sides where they're like, she was still struggling to burp. And then when she was about 8-9 weeks old, we bought this co-leaf, and literally she burps like instantly.
Yeah, you just put a couple of drops in their milk.
I do 2 drops. You can do 4, but I do 2 in every bottle because she feeds quite often. And literally, I just sit her up now and she just burps. It was amazing how quick it worked. And then the other day, we got prescribed some baby Gaviscon. So you can't just go and buy this from the shop, which is really annoying. You have to go to a doctor. But we got prescribed this baby Gaviscon, and it's great. You just put a little sachet in every other bottle of milk we do. And it really helps with her reflux. And we noticed a difference, didn't we?
Straight away.
Yeah.
Because with the Aptamil we noticed a difference, but then moving over to Cow and Gate and using the Gaviscon, she doesn't do it.
No, not really, not as much.
No, like,
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's got just so much better. And if you do have a refluxy baby, if you're watching this and you're pregnant and you end up having a baby who has reflux, you'll know the struggle. Like our friends Sammy and Jeebus, they had a refluxy baby too, and they know the struggle. Like they just literally like arch their back, and like every feed they're just getting it down themselves, aren't they? And they're like this the whole feed, and just like she makes that noise, doesn't she, that we hate. And you're like, oh, it's so frustrating. So yeah, Co-Leaf and baby Gaviscon, just lifesavers. Just go get that. It's really hard to like trim her nails now. So like before I said that it was easy, we could just sit down and she'd sleep and I'd trim her nails away and it was fine. Now she's like impossible to trim her nails. Like I've tried so many times. She'll even be asleep and she'll wake up if I try and touch her nails, and you don't want to wake a sleeping baby. So I've just left her nails, and they've got a bit long. I mean, they're not really long, are they? But they're like longer than they should be, I think, because I like them nice and short so she doesn't scratch herself. So if anybody's got any tips on how I can trim her nails, please let me know, because this is getting so difficult to do at the moment. She's now in 0 to 3 month clothes as well.
She had a growth spurt.
Yeah.
Like we've had really hot weather recently, so she wasn't wearing clothes for ages. She's quite a hot baby.
Very.
So
she gets that off you.
Yeah.
Gets sweaty. Absolutely sweaty, doesn't she?
Yeah. So we didn't have her in clothes. She just had a nappy on for ages. Then we went to put her back in clothes, and we were like, none of this fits her anymore.
We got given a stack of clothes, didn't we, by 2 people, Sammy, my friend, and then also my dad's friend, Pinky. She gives a big sack of clothes, and none of them fit when they first give us, and we were like, she won't be in this for ages.
No.
2 weeks later, we were like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So she's in like those, isn't she?
But it's quite good because people bought us some bigger clothes, like 0 to 3 months, and we've got some that are like 3 to 6 as well.
Yeah.
And then we've bought some extra stuff as well, but literally we spent so much on stuff that she hasn't even worn.
Oh my god, I'm never going mother care. I bought loads of outfits from mother care. She wore them once, some of them she hasn't worn because they don't have time. They grow that quick at this age.
Well, she's worn it once.
Yeah, that's what I just said, like she wore it once or not. I'm just never buying expensive clothes.
Get one nice outfit that you really want, and then just loads of cheap plain vests.
Or like Tesco, Morrison's, Asda
great.
are amazing. They have the cutest clothes as well.
Asda George is probably like, I think they've got more variety than, in terms of their own brand stuff, than Morrison's have.
Yeah.
Not Morrison's, I mean...
well, they do with Morrison's, Tesco.
Yeah, no, I meant Mothercare. Because Mothercare's all branded, and that's why it's really expensive. Whereas, like...
Next is super cute, though.
Yeah.
Next are my favourite clothes. Actually, this is a Next little dress, but Lindsay, my mum's friend, bought us this. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I bet it was expensive because it's Next. They do have the best range of clothes, but I just can't bring myself to buy them because she grows out of them so quick. But yeah, anyway, she is in 0 to 3 month clothes now. So in terms of her development at 3 months old, she's really alert. She can completely hold her head up now. She pushes herself up to stand, so we can hold her hands and she can stand. Granted, she is wobbly, but she can stand. She wants to stand up all the time, doesn't she?
Yeah. If I hold her hands and sit her on my lap, she pushes her legs and pulls on my arms to like push back, and she stands up on her own. So it's not like we're forcing her to do it. No. It's just that she wants to stand. Yeah, we're not holding her up and being like, stand, you will be walking.
No, yeah, we literally, she'll pull herself up, and sometimes she'll be sat on your knee and she'll want to stand so bad she'll cry, and you stand her up and she's like, look at me.
It's like she's doing the salsa or something, because her hips are going, and she's like...
She really focuses on faces now as well. So like she properly stares at your features, and sometimes she'll just mong at you, won't she? And she'll just be like...
She stares at me for ages as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's like fascinated by your face.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because she sees me all day, every day. So when you get home from work, she's like, oh my god, daddy's home. Yeah. And she's like dead excited because she like smiles, and it's her face that she stares at you like, wow. That's how she stares at you.
I am that good. I am the best.
You are. She can also hold her head up fine, as I say. So have I mentioned that?
No, you haven't.
Oh.
Her head's actually stable.
Yeah, it is. No, I would say it is.
When she's awake.
It's her body that's not, that throws her head off.
When she's
her body
awake,
will be like this, and she'll be like, oh.
It's going. It's going. When she's awake, it's really stable. But when she's tired,
Yeah.
And like in the night when later on in the evening when you're feeding her a bottle, you have to support her head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas in the day you don't have to.
No, she'll just literally like. I can sit her up in like the crease of the sofa here, and she just literally she'll pull herself forward and she can hold her head like normally. So that's like a really good thing. And she smiles all the time, which is lovely.
She's starting to interact with her toys a bit more as well.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, she gets bored really quickly. So like you give her a toy, she'll like try and smack the playmat once or twice, and or stare at herself in the mirror for a minute, and then she'll be like, I'm bored now. I want picking up. So she's not there quite, but she's getting there.
Yeah. And we've been doing tummy time as well, and she can lift her head up, but that's as far as she gets.
Yeah,
she's better at holding her head up than lifting it up in tummy time.
Yeah, she is, definitely. We haven't got any giggles yet, though, at all.
No,
she hasn't giggled at all. She hasn't even really tried, has she?
No, we've been trying so hard, though.
Yeah. Still doing the...
Yeah.
Looks like we're dying every time we do it.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I will say before we like finish this video is that she suffers with night terrors like me.
Great. For me, when she's older, I know they're going to trigger each other off, aren't they?
I'll be like,
you'll scream.
She'll do it.
The neighbours will think I've gone on a killing spree or something.
I suffer with really bad night terrors. I think we've mentioned them before. They're not as bad now, but when I get stressed, they are. And Callow started doing it even as a baby, and apparently it's really rare as a baby. It normally starts when they're 2. She does it now, and apparently I'm only in 2% of adults that have night terrors. I shouldn't really be proud of it.
It's not something to be proud of.
It's not. But I strangely do that. It's just unique, isn't it? Really. I'd rather not have them, but still. Anyway, that was the 2 and 3 month baby update, and we hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back to you. Wait a minute, what's that? What are you doing?
Little flashes.
Flashes of what?
Light.
Well, they weren't. It was your hand.
No, but if you used your imagination, it would be. Like stars.
You just started going like this.
See, look at those flashes.
You've got tears.
Oh.
Oh. Bye.